Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Anything Goes with Anna Rose. And I have... I'm not even going to try and touch that.
Don't
touch the Rodecaster Pro. But I have the formidable, beautiful, brilliant, genius, Caitlin Bashara. The bestie is back.
Hi.
Hey.
I'm happy to be here.
This is why you are sugar and I am spice. That. Hi. I'm like, what's up?
What's up, bitch?
What's up? Let's go. No, so I have brought the brilliant, beautiful, wild bestie back and we're going to have some fun. I will do a full disclosure in a moment, but I first wanted to say that I have brought her back for a very special reason. I do have some champagne I'm going to pop in a moment. In a what? Because tomorrow is our 1 year work anniversary.
Yeah.
We have been working together for a year. So we are about to sit and record 2 back-to-back episodes. We're going to do a work bestie Q&A that ChatGPT has so brilliantly provided the...
Love you, chat.
Love you, chat. Shout out to chat. The best questions that we are obsessed with. And then we're going to stop that recording, and it is recording. There's a story in that. And then we are going to... and then we are going to do a really, parental guidance is required. I have no doubt.
I just got her all warmed up.
Didn't she just? Ladies and ladies.
We just about started. She's like, oh God, I'm all flustered. And I'm like, well, welcome to my life.
She was like, let's go. It was a song, guys.
Yeah.
But no, so we are back. As you can already tell, it is about to be chaos. We are going to ask each other questions over the next 40 minutes. We hope that it's as wild for you as it always is for us. But before we begin, let us pop this Prosecco. See, I said champagne on the first episode. Now, as I do this, as I do this, Katy and I had just sat and recorded
an hour and a half.
No, it was like an hour and 10.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it was like an hour and 10.
Sorry.
No,
minus 20 minutes.
Still, a long episode.
It's a lot.
It was an hour and 10, and then I hadn't hit record. So we just had a bestie chat, which was elite.
We
absolutely needed.
Yeah.
So we just had a bestie chat for an hour and 10 off air.
Yeah. Recharged the batteries. I got her all saucy and wet and delicious for this episode.
Thinking that we were on air, having a chat. Narrator, we were not on chat.
They are also the chats that they really want, but we've got to keep some things sacred, you know?
Do you know what? But IIWIIBICBAOWBIN, and we talked about this on that episode. You can explain as I pour. Yeah. But funnily enough, we kind of almost ended on that. It is what it is.
Yeah.
And
it couldn't be any other way because it's not.
And so we didn't record. And so there was something in that episode. I feel like I know what. That was not meant to come out, evidently. And we're going to go again. So, ladies and gentlemen, here we are to record this amazing episode of 2 best friends that have broken the 5th dimension in working together. When you are told by society, never work with a best friend, I highly disagree. I think the greatest experience of my life has been the last year. And we are going to dive into that now as I carefully plonk the champagne on the ground.
Thank you, my
We
love.
have some questions. Who wants to go first? Should we rock, paper, scissors?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fun.
Scissor.
Wait, do you go 1, 2, 3?
That. Yeah.
Okay. Ready?
Scissor, paper, rock.
Oh, shit.
Wait, before we begin, if you are listening to this in your ear holes, I will probably say this at the start of every episode now, but come and play, come and watch. We record these episodes. Katy works her ass off to edit them.
Guys.
And when I say edit, I mean there is not a part of this that is actually cut out. That's
I don't cut anything, but I switch cameras and I...
Yeah, it takes work, time, energy, effort. Come and watch because it's such a... It's a journey, and sometimes I think if you're listening...
I may edit out a sneeze every now and again.
Oh, I have sniffed and sneezed recently. But I feel like it's fun, right? And I feel like if you're listening and there's moments like that, paper, scissors, rock, might sound weird to listen to.
Yeah.
But it makes total sense when you're watching. Correct.
Yeah.
All right, sis.
Okay.
Kick it off from the top.
Let's go with...
We may ask different ones as well.
I am actually going to.
Yeah, cool.
But I feel, because otherwise I'm going to get bored.
Yeah, I was like, we're probably honestly going to ask different ones because
IIWIIBICBAOWBIN.
It was meant to be.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to ask, What is something you think only we understand about each other that makes working together so powerful?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
This is why we had to do this again. Something that only we understand.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to take it to partnership. I don't know, but I probably know on my end.
Yeah.
I can speak on my end. I feel like on your end for sure. Because it's me and I'm wild. I feel like the level of understanding that we have between ourselves. So we're both with our kings. I think something that only we understand that other people don't. I think I'm so protective. You know this. I'm so protective of space. I feel like the only people that would have access to that anyway is like the inner circle, aka kings and a couple of other besties. So I would say something that we only understand, if I then look at our kings, is that I know we would get stressed. I do. I know we would, there's like late nights or sacrifices or use like probably mainly for me, or like pressure that I put on, or like pivots that I make, or whatever else it is. And I feel like even Ryan, I just know that it's like the language that you and I have, the level of understanding that we have without words ever spoken, the respect that we have for each other, that it's like no matter what, it's like we're going to do it, we're going to support, we're going to do whatever. I feel like it's that. I feel like there's like a level of like sisterhood that the masculine can't touch and can't understand. That even if we're like stressed, frustrated, like overwhelmed in our own businesses, because you, like I was about to be like, Katy, but I'm like going to talk to you. You work in the business, but businesses, the whole empire, and no buts, you did that in my eyes because I'm like, I also wanted to see you rise in your empire. So it's like we're both simultaneously building empires whilst I'm blessedly like have you in mine. So it's a lot. And I feel like that sometimes probably wouldn't, just like the level of commitment, collaboration, respect, words unspoken that we just know what the other needs, or like whatever that is, it's like that. That's what I think.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
Your turn.
Collaboration over competition forever. Okay. I like that one. Now I want to ask a different one.
Oh.
Okay. Let's do this one. Again, I feel like I'm asking all the ones we did. What kind of legacy do you feel we're building as a team?
Fuck the rules.
Yeah. Amen.
I believe. Like, yeah, I'm just a I'm a rebellious gal at heart.
A gal?
Yeah, I think for both of us, we would rather fuck around and find out and learn along the way.
Yeah.
And I think it's like from the get-go we've always been like this, and that's why we just gelled so quickly, and why
we didn't meet at a rally.
We did meet fucking rally in like the, what did you call it before? Not the government, the
grubberment.
The grubberment.
The grubberment.
Fuck those guys.
Yeah. To a delivery driver.
Opportunist. What can we say?
I was like, the grubberment.
No, but I just think like, fuck the narratives, fuck what everyone else is doing, fuck the noise. Like, we laugh about me being that I live under a rock, and like thank you for telling me when I need to actually do like important things, like maybe vote and
like
do
vote.
shit.
She goes, oh, well, we meant to do that.
I was like, oh, when were we meant to vote?
I was like, no, sis, don't worry, it's on Saturday. I would have texted you.
Yeah. Last time we voted, I was like, who am I voting for? And you told me. I was like, okay, phenomenal. Yeah. Although this time apparently maybe I don't even need to. I can just like fight the fucking Constitution.
The delivery driver taught us that.
But yeah, I just think like, because I do literally live in my own little fucking bubble, which I love my bubble. I love living under my rock. It is the happiest place in the whole wide world.
You never bring Katy out from her bubble.
I'm happy.
Yeah. Leave her.
Anything and everything that I need in my life, I have in my I have under my rock. I have in my bubble.
Yeah.
But I think because of that, and in a sense, so do you, in your own way, right? And 100%. So I think we chase what we want. We don't let the fact that there's like, we just challenge the status quo and fuck the noise, fuck what we don't believe in competition. We just, our legacy is like the women that fucking showed up, chased their dreams, took up fucking space, used their voices, chose collaboration over competition, like all of that. I think that is powerfully the fact that we've just, on so many levels, in so many ways, always.
Yeah, in always.
Just challenged whether you can, the status quo.
I love that. I definitely think it's that. There's like nothing else I'd add. I just think it's like showing women, or not, but I think through our embodiment, without giving a fuck about what other people think, I think it's definitely, because I always say there's like, come with me, there's look at me women and come with me women. There's look at me friendships and come with me friendships. And I think for me and for us, it's like the legacy is watching two women build their dreams, like coexisting harmoniously in collaboration, not competition, and watching us thrive and rise together. Yeah. And that's said, like, and I feel like that with all the besties. Like Lozzie's got her books in Studio 3, shipping from here. Like, I'll do anything for you girls. So I think that's for sure the legacy. Yeah. And we'll get into my manifesting for
we'll get there.
Temp next door. Yeah. But yeah, I think that's it. I think it's beautiful. Yeah, fuck the status quo.
Yeah. Fuck your rules, fuck your guidelines, fuck whatever you think it should be, shouldn't be. Yeah. Yeah. Never heard of them.
Never heard of them. Guidelines?
You put rules in place, I'm absolutely going to fucking break them.
Someone came here, dared to come here the other day and say, I think that's not a law, it's a rule. What did he say? It's a guideline. Dead set. And I literally did say, what's that? And he pulled a face and I'm like, fuck, you ain't even quoting on this job. And then and then he kind of looked at me and Ryan like intervened to protect me and was like, oh, look, mate, laws are just suggestions. Rules are just for fun. And I was like, yeah. And he just was like, okay. And I was like, don't even bother quoting.
No. Yeah. You ain't it, kid.
You ain't it. Anyway. Yeah. Beautiful.
My turn?
Next.
Okay. Oh, I lost it. One moment.
Hold, please.
Here it is.
Oh, I've got them.
Okay, we actually did this one on the last podcast, but
we can go there.
I want to come back to it because we only got 4.
Back. Yeah.
And I feel like now that we have those 4, we could probably like hone in on it a little bit more.
Turn it up.
Let's turn it up. So it was, if we could bottle, this was your question last time.
Okay.
If we could bottle our magic and sell it, what would we name it and what would be in it?
Okay, we did answer this on the last. It needs to be said. Okay, for sure, Katy and I both have a matching tattoo called Stay Wild, which is the embodiment of who we are. Wild being, I think, all things in all ways, always. And so the chaos, the feminine, the dark, the light, the yes and both. But so that's what we would name it, Stay Wild, for sure. If we could bottle the magic. If we could sell a perfume and if you sprayed the perfume and it activated this on you, we didn't say that last time, but
pheromones.
It would be a pheromone of Stay Wild. And then the ingredients in it, you had said seduction, which I concur.
Always.
Wildly. Absolute seduction. I said chaos.
Yeah.
And we had obviously like prefaced that in like another answer, but chaos for me is the healthy masculine of who we are, like the wild, the disruptive, the disciplined, the motivated, the efficient, the speedy, the decision maker, the negotiator, the big thinker, the big dreamer, the big speaker, the commander. So like, I mean, because I want all of that in this potion, I put that under chaos. So seduction, chaos.
And the seduction for me is... Seduction isn't necessarily about like seducing for a sexual encounter. Seduction is the way that you can be persuasive, the way that you can allure things to work within your favor.
Seduction is magnetism.
It is absolutely, and it's like whether it be absolute, like my favorite part of seduction is sensuality for fucking sure.
Amen.
But the seduction can still be a part of like how you do business transactions, how you negotiate, like how you show up and stand in your power and use your voice. Like that is like seduction is all of those things. So
seduction, and I said like seduction to me is being in your body.
Yeah.
It is being, not doing.
Being.
It's being in your body and owning all of yourself and taking up space and using your voice and commanding the spaces, the rooms, the Zooms, the text, anything you enter in a really feminine, powerful way. And femininity, so seduction is sensuality first and foremost, and that is our feminine superpower. And so when you can step into your superpower of femininity and then use seduction powerfully and not sexually. So we're both big on never using your body but your brain in terms of success. But then using your body in a powerful way to step into rooms, take up space, use your voice and command. And that is seduction. So seduction. Chaos.
I said
Fluidity.
Fluidity.
Say it again, sis. Fluidity.
How many of these have I had? Fluidity.
Which is just the water.
Because we were talking, we were like, you don't want to be, we love champagne, but you don't want to be the champagne, right? You shake a bowl of champagne,
You
you
wanna
pop
drink
that
the
shit,
champagne.
it's going to fucking explode. Like, you don't want to ever be able to be in a position where you get shaken and you explode, right? So you want to be fluid. You can fucking shake me as much as you want, and while you're shaking me, yes, I'm moving, but the moment you stop shaking me, I'm still. And I'm ready to go again. So I'm always in that state that I can regulate, self-regulate, and stay unbothered, unstoppable, unshakable, unfuckable with. Cute.
Finishing each other's sentences. Nice.
So definitely fluidity was one of them.
And then
we said IIWIIBICBAOWBIN.
And then IIWIIBICBAOWBIN, which is it. And then my loves. So I started it with this because we kind of finished it, the last one that was not recorded. I keep looking to check it's recording.
We are still recording.
But the IIWIIBICBAOWBIN is, if you were to spray this, right? So stay wild, seduction. So stay wild first and foremost. That is the ethos. That is the energy. That is the you were the main character.
Fuck the good girl.
Fuck the good girl, right? You are the main character in your life, in your energy, in your sex, just who you are physically, mentally, spiritually, financially, right? Stay wild. Within those, the parameters are seduction, fluidity, chaos, and IIWIIBICBAOWBIN. It is what it is, and it couldn't be any other way because it's not. Big dog's calling me. Oh, I was like, I had it on Do Not Disturb. How's he getting through?
He's an emergency.
He's in favourites.
Yeah.
But IIWIIBICBAOWBIN is, it is what it is, and it couldn't be any other way.
Which is an acronym that I created from listening to Peter Crone.
That's
and
right.
he talks about it all the time. It is what it is, and it couldn't be any other way because it's not. You are this small piece of dust on a spinning planet on an infinite universe. Like, to think that we have the power, and as powerful as we are, that we can magnetize and manifest and do all of the things. Yes, absolutely. But also to think that you are the one, that you are of this level of a God where you get to choose what should or shouldn't happen to you or for you in your life. Like, absolutely not. And so we speak about it, and what we feel.
We don't speak about it, we live it.
We live it. But when we speak about it,
yeah.
we talk about the surrender that we get to embody.
Yeah.
When it's just like, no matter, and you can speak to this more in a second, no matter how fucking deep and dark we've been in some moments of our life.
We're like IIWIIBICBAOWBIN.
Because we live it so much. And there is this surrender to it. It's like IIWIIBICBAOWBIN. Like, it is what it is, and it couldn't be any other way because it's not. And also, in that, you are talking about past tense. You cannot change the past. Like, that at that point, you're looking in the revision mirror, not in front of your fucking big windscreen of where you're going. So it's like that form of surrender and acceptance. It's like, well, it is done. It is in the past. It has happened, and I can accept it and now choose to think of it as a lesson, a win, or whatever. But we, like you said in the last episode about, like, in your deepest, darkest moments.
Darkest hour, old mate rocks up. No, but
Old mate, is that me?
Old mate rocks
Old
up.
mate.
No, old mate rocks up. No, and what I will say before I preface this, because it is a hectic story. No, it's not. But is that I look at IIWIIBICBAOWBIN as you are like the surrender. It's like you're the surrenderer to your life and not the victim. And I think that's where people get really stuck in the cycle of how could this happen to me? Why did this happen to me? I had 400,000 USD. This wasn't the story, but like, let's talk about it. 400,000 USD. It was Ethereum. So at like today's rate, I don't know what that's at, but like a couple of months ago, that was $1 million stolen from me because it was my Ethereum, right? So it's like it fluctuates. But IIWIIBICBAOWBIN. And people go, how could you let that go? Because I fucking can. Because it is what it is. Did it suck? Yes. Was it hard? Yes. Did I hate him? Yes. Was it fucking really hard to process? Absolutely. Yes. And IIWIIBICBAOWBIN. I can either be a victim to it and stay stuck in the perpetual cycle of victimhood of why did this happen to me and whoa, or it is what the fuck it is and it couldn't be any other way, unfortunately, because it's not. So what am I going to do to get better from it?
And you don't get to play God. You don't get to like.
I don't get to choose.
You can stay in a victim mentality for sure, but also A, it's not serving you, but B, it's like you don't get to choose,
No.
like, and you don't get to undo the past. So like,
yeah, and then I said, the power in this is you don't get, so if we're going to spray it, if we're going to name it, we're going to spray it and we're going to gift it to you, because this would be a free perfume for sure. We would want every woman to have this Seduction, Chaos, Fluidity and IIWIIBICBAOWBIN. You don't get to say it, you can only live it. And what I said was you cannot pick this up and put this down. This is a choice once, only once, and then you live it. And Katy and I have been friends for like not that long, like maybe 18 months. When you rocked up on the doorstep.
Like, hey.
No, 4 years now, but like at the time.
Maybe
15 months.
Not
long is what I'm saying. But from the get-go, it was like, IIWIIBICBAOWBIN. Like we had this like, and I loved it. And I'm like, absolutely. And so it kind of became like a catch. What do they say? Catch cry? Whatever it is, a saying anyway of our friendship. And I remember when she rocked up on my doorstep to put me in the car, physically put me in the car and drive me to the police station so I could get this VRO. And she was like, look me in the eye and she's like, tell me the whole truth. What the fuck is going on? I'd hidden so much. And I was telling her everything. And I remember there was so much more to this story. Please, like, she empathized. She held me. She like made sure I was okay. It's too bad, sis. Fucking no. There was so much else that she had done in these moments, and also, honestly, the most powerful thing you did in that moment, I'll never forget. We were in the kitchen. You looked at me and you kind of like, IIWIIBICBAOWBIN, sis. Like, get in the car. Let's go. Like. It is what it is, and it couldn't be any other way, and it's not. And so let's go fix it. And so there was...
Because at this point too, like I was like, you are fundamentally fucking unsafe. Like I was petrified
unsafe
for her life. Like I was putting every contingency plan in place in every single way to be like, what if then this, and what if then this, and if and then when, and then if and then when, because it was petrifying. But I was like, well, it is what it is, and it couldn't be any other way because it's not. And so let's go.
Yeah. And beautifully as well, when we got you as my witness, like when we were in the police station and you were sitting there, and powerfully, luckily, he was threatening my life as we sat in the police station.
Fucking loser.
And the cop was like, is that him? And I'm like, yeah. So I was able to hand the phone over. But I remember the cop, beautiful, I won't say his name, but the senior sergeant in charge that sat with us that day for hours said, like, he was enamored by our strength and he was physically living it with us. Like, I remember saying, he was like, oh, I need to see the sexual threats. I need to see and I remember I was like embarrassed, ashamed. Like, you have to hand your phone over to a male police officer who's going to see you, like, because he had been sending me like threatening, like, I'm going to put these photos online and start an OnlyFans and all this stuff, which is a pedophilic level offense, and which is still, he can still get today if I pursue charges. But I remember we were just sitting there, okay, like, because it was like, IIWIIBICBAOWBIN, like Katy's like looking at me like, hand it over, like, we've just got to get through it. And so why I'm sharing this, is like, why I'm sharing this is like, if we're going to name it stay wild. We're going to put the characteristics and things we want in it for every woman. And like, you don't get to say those words, IIWIIBICBAOWBIN, unless you're truly going to live them. You cannot pick it up and put it down when you want. In the depths of your darkest hour, in the hardest moments, like that's when I think it matters the most.
So they were our 4 ingredients last time. Is there anything else you want to add?
No.
That's it. That's us.
It's a chaos, fluidity, seduction.
The only other thing would be love.
Aww. I just feel like
I remember
that's
one of
a
Anna's
given.
earliest, actually, was it maybe self-love school? It might be in your self-love school. You've probably spoken about it on a podcast too. But it was that, like, which is your story, which is that time in your life that was like, right now I'm responding to everything in my life with hate. I hate myself.
Yeah.
I hate my body. And so then you then posed the question was like, well, what would happen
if I loved
if I loved myself? What would happen if I responded within love instead of hate? So love would have to be in there
love
for
is
sure.
in there. Love is at the top. That's so beautiful, and that's such a beautiful reflection. And I love that because that to me now doesn't even, like integrity doesn't even, it's not a value for me anymore because it's who I am. So it's like love. I love that. Love, number one, love. Stay wild, love.
Stay
but
wild,
I
love.
don't think it because I'm like, always love, forever love, only love. And within that is chaos and fluidity and like.
But you would be able to relate to this because you've just come out of self-love school and I've just finished Central Mastery, my second Central Mastery for the year. And because we are working with these women, and I think this is why it's so beautiful and so humbling all the time, and why also for us as individuals, we constantly put ourselves in positions where we are willing to be new and to learn, and we are so willing to be in the suck and so willing to be bad at something until we're good at something.
Yeah.
Because it keeps us humble when we are working and coaching with these women that, yes, it is so fucking second nature to us to love ourselves because we've put in so much time and work and effort and love and hours into getting ourselves to a point where it is in our DNA.
Yeah.
It is second nature for us to love ourselves. You would hear this all the time. I hear it all the time that people are like, you are just so in your body, aren't you?
Yeah.
You just really love yourself, don't you? And I'm like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love myself more than I love anyone in this world.
Yeah. As we should.
Yeah. And so when you receive my love, when I love you, when I love my husband, when I love my children, when I pour love into my students, when you pour, and so copy paste exactly the same for you as well.
Control, Alt, paste.
When who's pressing Alt?
Control, Alt, paste. No, Control, Alt, delete. Control, Alt, V.
Just
Copy.
Control C, Control V.
Oh, fucking no.
Or Command if you're a Mac girl.
Okay. I just hit the button. I hit the button.
But anyway, so to that is that if you are ever loved by us, not as together.
Yeah.
If you're lucky enough to be loved by us collectively, well, lucky you.
You're just,
No, but if you are my children, my husband, my best friends, my students, you bet I fucking love you deeply because I love myself the deepest.
Yeah.
And I actually even spoke about this when I was sharing to my close friends the other day on my stories because I went and purchased my new book that I'm reading, and I was saying, like, I made this intention to you at the start of the year, and we are always committed, never interested, was that I will show up as the best version of myself for you. My promise to you as a teacher this year, as a coach, is to continuously level myself up so that I can continue to be the woman to inspire you to go to new heights and to love yourself deeply. But I never want to pour from my full cup. I want to pour from my overflow.
Yeah, always.
Because if I'm pouring from my full cup, then I'm then depleting because I'm sharing my full cup with you. Whereas when you get my overflow, that means you're getting 100% of me. And then you get so much because you're getting the bestest version of me whilst I'm not depleting my I think I called it reservoir on my stories, but I was like, I don't even know if that's right.
That's right.
But this is why we love ourselves the way that we do, and this is why we can show up in the capacity that we do, because we're number one.
And it's also like, to take it back to the question, like it's like that's also why we would put all these things in a bottle of magic, name it, give it away for free, because it's like when you can. I think where I was going with that is like when you meet us or you know us privately or publicly, it's like we are who we are, and when you can love yourself, know yourself, back yourself, trust yourself that deeply, you say what you mean and you mean what you say. And that goes for anyone, anytime, anywhere, any age, any sex, anything. And that to me is seduction. That to me is like being in your body and loving yourself, knowing yourself, trusting yourself. Yeah, powerful. Okay, sis, I'm going to ask you another one, because we didn't do this one, but I'm like, I want to know. Because you said the slap one in the first one. So that was your one that you said, I want to know.
She's never wanted to slap me again.
Chat asked, where was it? It was basically like, have you ever wanted to slap me? Be honest. I was like, nah, maybe on the ass, which I do.
All the time.
I was like, which I do all the time. Okay, interesting. I don't think there'll be one, but let's see. What is your favorite? I feel like iconic more than favorite. Okay. What is your most favorite or iconic Anna is so Anna moment from the last year? I feel like you would have one working with me.
It's just like anytime you jump on your stories, you're like, I'm taking down the fucking government.
Actually, yeah. You rocked up with Macca's that actually. Oi, that's a behind the scenes funny. Yeah, okay.
Like, I think that I'm like, it's just so enough. Like, here we are, like, literally, I would have got off the phone to her. We've got 20 fucking projects on the run. We've got launches. We've got stock in customs. We've got photo shoots booked.
Fires to put out.
We've got fucking 4 fucking community calls. We've got the Awakened Woman boardroom call. We've got Inner Circle call. We've got Self-Love School call, and then Anna's on stories, and she's like, right, here's the petition. I'm taking down the fucking government.
That's
the government. And I'm like, oh, Anna. So Anna. That is.
That is very true. Okay, that's hilarious. No, that's
because it doesn't. Because when you are compelled by something, when something moves you,
that's it.
You're like, I don't give a. But then, yeah.
No, that is so true. No, and I will say, because we answered another question. We were like doing a hilarious behind the scenes. This isn't like that behind the scenes. But I remember the last time this happened, and I was like, fuck the government. They're going down. I'm coming after you, which I did, and I was. Katy walked in, because we literally had all those things, and we do at any week, in any month, in any moment. Katy walks in with like her breakfast, a bag of fucking Macca's.
Chicken nuggets.
And she's like eating her breakfast, and she walks in, and I'm in the kitchen. I was like, okay, sis, like, and I'm like ready to go, and I'm giving you direction. And she looks up like chicken nugget in her mouth, and she's like,
I had my phone in I was like this.
That's right. Walks in, you got to watch this. And she's like, hang on a fucking minute. I'm watching your stories. We're taking on the government.
Yeah, and then you started talking, and I was like, can you be quiet? I'm listening to you.
She's like, shut up. I'm listening to you. I need to hear this because we're taking on the government. And I'm like, oh, yeah, okay.
And I think there might have been a photo that you snapped, and I've got like my phone in my singlet, and I might like have a chicken nugget in one hand, and I'm like,
yeah, fuck the government. That is, okay, perfect. Great answer. Katy, like to ask you another one for me. No, but Katy is so Katy. There aren't. I think you.
Oh yeah, is there a Katy so Katy?
I just feel like Katy so Katy is like you were just so. My most favorite thing about you, and my most like, Katy is like everything is funny to you. Really? Yeah, you know, I die. But like. No, but it's literally like Katy, so Katy, like the world could be burning, or like, and this is why I need her in my life, and I need her in the empire. Like, there's stress for sure, but it's like Katy, so Katy, like the worst thing could happen, and it's like funny. Like we'll laugh.
Really?
Yes, but it's the most beautiful thing. Like, you called me crying yesterday because the fucking whole podcast had fucked out. I have no time, all the stress, and she's crying with laughter, knowing that she shouldn't be laughing, crying. And I was like, I'm gonna laugh in 5 hours. This was me, literally to my best friend. Babe, I'm going to laugh in 5 hours, but not right now. And Katy's like red in the face, tears down her
And like, I knew I shouldn't have been laughing.
No, but you should.
But then when I FaceTimed her and then I saw her, because she was just fucking in it yesterday. It was so busy. And I was like, I just knew there was no time to drop this bomb, but like I had no choice. I had to tell her what was going on. Otherwise she was going to be like, sis, where's my fucking shit? And I would have been like, well.
You were a chipmunk.
Yeah.
Do you know I've screenshot every DM? I think there's about 27 at this point. I was counting 1, 2, 3. People going, but we're going to get the chipmunk, right? We're going to get a snapshot of the chipmunk. Did you delete it?
No.
Okay, great. They want it. The people want it.
But yeah, and so like I was looking at you on FaceTime because I told you had to FaceTime me because I needed to see your face. And the moment you answered, I was like, oh, this just got from like not funny to like really not funny. But it was like I was the naughty kid, like I was my whole fucking childhood in class. It was like, stop talking, don't laugh. And then the more you try not to laugh, the harder you giggle. And I was just looking and I was like, I'm so sorry. It's not funny. It's not funny. And you were like, it's not funny. And I was like, it's not funny. It's not funny. Do you want me to come to you and drop off the SD cards? And you were like, yeah, I'll be back at the studio. And I was like, okay. And then I like burst into laughter and I was like, it's not funny.
That is Katy. Katy's so Katy. Honestly, and I need it. You need it. And I think that that's what you bring to my life. Like, I'm like, fuck the government. There's always a fight. You bring the joy. Yeah. Like, you bring the joy. I bring the rage. Like, it's perfect.
Yeah. We're going to be at the rally. You're going to be angry, but I'll still keep us giggling.
She's just having a good time. She's like, where are the fucking...
I'm at a party.
Mate, I'll be on the stage yelling about the government. She'll be bringing me the margaritas.
Yeah.
Like, it's a party.
I'll be like, I made it extra spicy.
Yeah, that's Katy. That is the Katy so Katy.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay, next.
Oh, that's me.
Okay.
I'm on. So, let's go. So, these have been broken out
we'll do
into
2
categories.
more. I feel like we'll do, you do one, I'll do one.
Okay.
We'll end on one.
Okay. Oh, now I really have to choose a good one.
Oh, shit. Oh. You go. I know my one.
I was going to say, what surprised you the most about working with me?
Ooh, we didn't answer this in the last one.
No.
I love it. This is this is why. This is when it happens.
IIWIIBICBAOWBIN.
IIWIIBICBAOWBIN.
Honey.
What is the thing that's surprised? If you want a snapshot of our days, it's this. What is the thing that surprised me the most? It's a easy answer. It might not be a fair answer because it's like it's the most natural, honest answer. What people might not know, but what I definitely knew, it's like I want to answer it and say the thing that like surprised me the most is like, you are a fucking beast. But I knew that. But I never experienced that in my business, right? So it's not to say that like, what's the thing that surprised me the most? Your zone of freak is like managing everything in all ways. But when I get to experience it, it's not that it surprises me because I knew it, and that's exactly why I knew it was safe to bring you on. And it wouldn't just be like a take or a give relationship. It was like an equal partnership of like, she's coming in, but she's an independent boss, bad bitch that's coming in as an independent boss, bad bitch. But I think it's because there's nothing that surprised me. Like in essence, I'm not like, oh, and then you were brilliant. Who knew? Oh my God. Like, oh, and then I loved working with you. No, I knew that. I knew I would love working with you. I knew that I wanted to like grow together. I always want besties to come with me. You were the only one that didn't have a business. Yeah. Right? So I was like, bitch, we need to get you more free. Yeah. Like, how can I help that? Like, I want to travel the world selfishly with my best friends and like we're the family. So how do we make that happen? Well, I got to get her free. Yeah. So nothing surprised me. But what surprised me is getting to experience on a nervous system level what it feels like to have a boss bad bitch in the business. I don't need
feel
to
the
manage
Katy
you. To feel the Katy beast in business. Like, people don't know that, and no one, and you don't get her. You can never have her.
No.
She's strictly no. And then because you are your own bad bitch, and you are like raising and rising and growing and scaling tempt. And that's where you will be, and that's where we want you. But that's where you want to be, right? So I suppose that's what surprised me the most, like feeling in my nervous system what it feels like to be supported by a level of genius and just like, I've got it, sis, that you are. So you know what I mean? It's like, it's not a trick question, but it's a beautiful question, but that's what surprised me the most. Feeling the nervous system. And like we answered it on the last one, but like going away, like Europe, because I think I asked you like what was the most like yes moment or something.
The hell yes.
The hell yes moment of the last 12 months. And like in that episode we were like, that wasn't recorded, it was just a bestie chat, was Europe. And you said, I know this straight away. And then you were like, I think Europe. And like when you went away for almost 7 weeks and I said, yeah. And that was exactly my answer. But who, honestly, what CEO running 3 companies, now 4, but 3 at the time, demanding companies, like stressful companies that very community-based companies, like beautifully, but pressure, man, like so much pressure, like can go away for almost 7 weeks in Europe with her beloved, and I literally
Did nothing.
I didn't check an email. I didn't have to. I did nothing. And there was no handover. I wasn't like, I didn't spend weeks prior to that trip stressing myself out, and which is what most CEOs do. Like the handover occurs and then they can take the time off. But there was none of that. It was like, I'm going, sis. I know you've got it because you're a fucking, you could be running 3 companies. You will run 3 companies yourself. So it's like, here you go.
Yeah.
Take the baby. And you did it. Not only did it, but like you thrive better. And this is why I don't, man. You thrive better without me, and that's why I step back. I'm like, I don't tell Katy. There's no like me telling Katy what to do. Katy does what Katy wants to do within the empires, and that's why we work. It's like you are a piece of the DNA of everything that I do now.
And I think the other thing that we touched on as well in the episode that was not recorded was, and I can't remember exactly what the question was, but it was like, how do we work so well as a team, or whatever the question was. And it was that we have this level of respect for each other, and we have never ever, not ever even in friendship, let alone business, ever had any level of competitiveness. There is no ego within our relationship at all. And then that has naturally transpired into business as well.
It is love. We touched on it before.
Yeah.
It is love.
Yeah.
I just genuinely think that.
Yeah.
If I had to name it.
And the other thing too, like, and this isn't to say that everything's been flawless. Like, we've absolutely had moments where we've had to have conversations. And honestly, if we never had to have had one of those conversations in the last 12 months, then I would look at that and be like, well, maybe the business isn't actually fucking growing and scaling.
Amen.
Right? So
correct.
But in those moments, we're really fucking good communicators.
Yeah.
Like, as individuals, within our friendship, as business people, as leaders. And so we've communicated everything really well. The other thing that I would say, because you mentioned this, I don't know if it was in this episode or the last one, was that like maybe there's someone in here that's like, you listen to this and this inspires you to be like, you know what, like I have that bestie, like I have the Anna, or I have the Katy, and I'm going to go in on this and fucking give it a red hot crack.
It was the last one.
Okay.
The unrecorded one.
And what I would say to that is, in any of those moments, and none of these conversations that we've had have been like,
do this.
Personal.
No.
It's just been circumstantial or situational. But we have said from day one and still to this day,
friendship first.
That our friendship comes first, and we will fuck off working together before we ever let our friendship die.
Or if there's a business thing, which there hasn't really been, but it's like, we focus on the conversation is about friendship first.
Yeah.
It's friendship first till we die.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Fuck
So
business.
if there was ever anything that was like, and it may not be both. It may be one maybe feeling it and the other not, or whatever. And the moment that there becomes that unalignment. I feel like that's
disharmony, unalignment.
Any of that is that there would be conversations around: is this working? How can we navigate this?
Both want
Can
this?
we resolve this? Do we want this? And because I think the thing is for us as well, and we speak about this so often, like life is seasonal. And so what once worked may not always work forever. Just because we chose something 12 months ago doesn't mean that it is right for us now. Beautifully, it's actually fucking more cemented than ever. But in 12 months' time, it may not be.
Yeah.
And at that, like, we are just so willing to honour the fact that, like, there are seasons and eras and chapters and all of the things, and so we ride them. But we'll never let business get in the way of our friendship. We will stop working together if our friendship was ever jeopardized.
And that's what I would like. I never give advice, but I feel like if I was ever rarely I give advice. I live through embodiment and then I share my experience. But I would say that the best thing, especially like bringing you in, is like if I ever kiss the edge of it, it's like that's the conversation we have, and that was the agreement, and that was from the start. Because, but again, because we're brilliant communicators, and you can too, though. That's the thing. Like people, how do you become a brilliant communicator?
Communication is absolutely
you
a skill.
say what you mean, and you mean what you say, but you can
and you have
only,
integrity.
Correct, and you can only do that when you like love yourself, know yourself, trust yourself, back yourself. But yeah, but that's a beautiful one. All right, last one.
You, because that was me.
I know mine. I'm
okay. Zeus?
Because I
Is that you on the mic?
My baby, he's at my feet.
He's been fast asleep for hours.
My baby boy. I wanted the one that okay. What kind of legacy do you feel we're building? Oh wait, is this the one as a team? Because I know. No. What do you most hope? It was a creation one. What do you most hope we create or experience over the next 12 months? I put this in there because I want to manifest.
Yeah. Okay. Put it out to the universe. You move and the universe moves with you.
Yes.
Well, with my very literal brain, I'll speak to the immediate future and I'll let the visionary speak to the vision. But I'll also
We did answer this on the last podcast.
I'll call it in too. Yeah.
So I knew what I wanted to say.
Yeah. So for me, from the beginning, my sole role in Anna's businesses, because it is my zone of genius, is to put the systems and procedures and policies in place to be able to have a very systemized business that isn't super reliant on a lot of CEO management, right?
Yeah.
Meaning anyone can come in, plug and play.
Yeah.
Right? That's what I'm
The
here to do.
dream.
So I am still doing all of that, and there is a lot of what I'm currently doing that is already systemized that can be anyone with a brain could do what I'm doing right now. And we've spoken about this before.
But not well. Not Katy level.
Not Katy level. But I am just still really enjoying what I'm doing. And so I don't want to give it up yet.
Yeah.
But ultimately, and I think this is probably quoted in your words, would be the goal is to actually have and it kind of sounds a bit sad to say, is to replace myself within the empires. Yeah. As time has gone on though, I feel like because I'm enjoying what I do so much with Anna, and I just love being in such, I'm always in close proximity to her in friendship, but it's different when it's in business.
It's different. It is so different.
And I feel like we even talk differently to each other when we speak business compared to when we speak in love and friendship.
No, I would have had a way nicer face yesterday if you were calling me as a bestie.
I knew. I was like, oh, this just went from not funny to really fucking not funny.
If Katy was calling me, I'd be like, hi, I can do it.
You probably.
I was like, this is business. What do you want?
Season, actually, I don't think you're answering any other friends' phone calls, are you?
Other than Lozzie, because she's got a newborn.
Yeah.
But I was like, what do you want? Like, what? Is this an emergency? Sis,
I'm busy.
Come on, sis.
But yeah, so as time has gone on, now the visions are continuing to grow, and as I replace myself, I will then begin to replace responsibilities that Anna is currently still consuming.
Yeah.
To allow her to continue to scale and grow bigger within herself. And because you are, at the end of the day, you're still carrying a lot yourself,
Oh
even
my
though
God,
I'm doing the
guys.
best I can with what is thing. But there's still this current level where it's like, no one else can still do what I'm doing right now, because for what you do, like, you are your brand. Like,
Katy
I
says it all
can't
the
step in
time.
on
Katy-
on your stories and be you. Like,
Yeah. Well, Katy consistently is like, write the list, delegate. And I'm like, nah, sis, I would. If I could, I would.
Yeah.
Weekly.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is me. This has got to be me. Copy for the website. Me. Like, and that will always, not always actually, I will not say that.
No, not always.
But yeah. But yes, I love that.
Yeah.
So you will more become like the me role.
Yeah.
I've got people right now beautifully as well. And don't stop. Like, I'm honoured. I'm so honoured and I'm so grateful. But weekly, I've got brilliant women in phenomenal roles emailing me, asking to just, as you should. If you ever want to roll in the company, this is actually where I hire within the community. And also a lot of it has actually come from women that have specifically emailed their zone of genius. That is like, I will be who you're looking for when you need them. And I've read some to Ryan and he's like, that's you though. Like, that role for that woman is you. That's what you do. And I'm like, yeah, and then that will be Katy.
yeah.
And I'm like, and then that role's going to Katy, and then Katy will be the one hiring. Like, Katy will be the one bringing everyone in and managing the fucking, the chaos.
Yeah.
It's not chaos.
And then they all manage the chaos while we're in fucking Santorini.
Bora Bora. Yeah. No, that's absolutely the goal. Unapologetically, that's the goal.
Absolutely.
Freedom has been my number one forever.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
cheers
But then
to that,
also,
amen.
then you're visionary.
Okay, so no, I'm coming. So
I'm coming.
My
That's what she
creation.
said.
That's what she said last night, this morning.
On the fucking floor. Where my feet are.
It's been a big
My
day.
feet are probably in it.
They are. It's been a big 24 hours in the. Do you know what? I'll say on the potty. The trades have loved being in here because they're like the office, and I'm like, this is. Do you want to know the name? Have I told you the name? What's the name?
You call it no. It's fuck something.
No.
Oh.
No, that's the house. Pussy Palace.
Oh no, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm naming this the Pussy Palace.
Appropriate.
Not the whole warehouse, just my office is the Pussy Palace.
Yeah.
Powerful.
Stunning.
Pussies are the most potent, powerful portals to life. So I was like, yeah, I want to be called the Pussy Portal. So to everyone else, it's like the Queen's Den or whatever the fuck you want to call it. But to me, it's the Pussy Palace. Yeah. And trades come in, I'm like, and Ryan's like, careful, you're in the Pussy Palace. And they're like, oh, I love that. They love it. Okay, so where I see us, and when you asked me this question, I did ask you, regardless, my immediate thought was, when you come, because you will come, if you're listening to this, I know you'll be in this space at some point at an event or hosting your own or photo shooting or recording a podcast or booking the boardroom. You'll understand the layout of it. But right now, adjacent to the dream house, like how many meters? 4, 5, 10.
No.
Fuck all. Like 4 meters. Like right there over the driveway is the next development that the owners, who I adore, Oliver and Roland, are developing. And I said to Katy the other day, this is where Tempt goes. Like, this is where Tempt is going, because I know their plans as well. So I know it's going to be this big, beautiful, like dark, industrial, like stunning space. And then on the back end of that, so there's like 2 spaces about to become, well, not about, but like soon to become for rent. And I said I was like, and then Torco is going to outgrow its warehouse in like a minute. And then I want Torco in the back end. So I was like, you're going here. So that's where I see us.
Manifesting.
So I'm like, this is just going to become
in
like
sub 6 months.
100%. I've told the owners, and I negotiated with them yesterday. So they're like, really? I'm like, really? And he goes, how long do you need? And I was like, maybe 6 months. And I was like, but you can be slow. And he was like, okay, cool. I was like, you just can't offer it to anyone else. And he said he wouldn't. So we're on. But that's what I see. Because for me, again, I'm like, for me, you are the average of the 5 people you hang out with the most. And I always want to make sure that my 5 are up-leveling in their sensuality, their sexuality, their finances, their love, their capacity, their like motherhood for me. I'm like, these bitches all are mums. Like, I'm coming. Like that's our family. So that's where I see us. I'm like, I've got this now. We've got this. Ryan and I have this. I'm like, that's yours.
Yeah.
So I see that.
It's fucking so
And then
mine.
you'll have eyes on the staff. You can manage them. And
Oh, bro.
I said to Katy, I was like, babe, there's going to be a bar in my office. Like,
Yeah.
we'll be having fun.
It's been like that since day one. What are you talking about?
Forever. Yeah. But that's where I see us.
Yeah.
Growing together.
Yeah.
Empires are growing. Working, because right now you're in the business for me, which I'm so grateful for, and it couldn't be IIWIIBICBAOWBIN. It's what's needed and required, and it's what's allowed me to step into this. And then I think in the next 12 months, in the next 6, it will be tempt, and then in the next 12, it's going to be like you'll be working like on the empire.
Because my goal is to have a me for my company.
So we need to find a Katy for Katy.
Yeah, if you are me,
honestly, actually,
yeah,
this is how it happens. This is how it happens.
Yeah, if you are a Katy, if you are who I am for Anna, I need a Katy for me. So, hello@tempstudio.com.au.
I was just sipping my champagne and I didn't want it to be like ASMR, like like Ryan does it. It's like
when I'm editing the podcast and I'm like,
it's Ryan. Ryan
breathing.
If you love what is it? ASMR. Listen to any podcast with Ryan. He's just like, he drinks and he's like, but no, that is what I see for us. No, and honestly, if you feel like you are Katy to the Anna, if you are that to her, email, because let me tell you, I folderize every fucking email I get in a potential staff folder, and Katy can do this too. And then when I'm ready, I circle back. That's the first place I go, because you're always in my community. So like that's the first place I go. If any email doesn't hit what I'm looking for, then I post it to the fucking community. So that's where she can go and will go.
And it's also so beautiful as well, because there's been so many of your followers that have started following me and have come to Tempt.
It's all family.
Like there's 2 girls or 3 girls all coming to Tempt this Friday because they're in and around for the photo shoot and stuff. So, and they're like, oh my God, I've been waiting to come to Tempt. So yeah, for those, especially those of you, like if you've ever even stepped foot into Tempt, like you've definitely got an extra, the brownie points, you know?
Yeah. Amen. All right, well, we will wrap it up. We're about to record another episode, which is spicy. Definitely gonna get spicy. That will come with a parental warning for sure. I don't even know, but I just know like we're gonna answer some pretty like fun questions on a bestie woman level that every woman needs to have in her ear holes, I'm sure. I haven't read all the questions, but I love them. But happy work anniversary, my love.
Happy work anniversary, thank you.
I love you from the depths of my soul.
And I'll just put this here on the record too, just to say thank you. Thank you for seeing me. Thank you for believing in me. Thank you for setting me free from working for the fucking man. I remember when I left my job. I remember when I quit my job, I was like, I will never work for the man again. And that's not that I had any bad bosses. I was just like, I don't fuck with that. It's
not in your DNA.
No, it's really not. So thank you. And I've learnt so much from you. And I actually had this conversation with my husband like during the week last week. I was like, I would not be the woman that I am, and I would not be where I am. My business would not be where I am. And my small little beautiful young business has touched so many women so far. And honestly, like if you have been one of those women that has been touched by Tempt, like honestly, I wouldn't have been able to build what I have without Anna. So I love you.
I love you. And for me, thank you from the depths of my soul. Because I said this on the last and I got really emotional, but it was like, I know I've been this woman of like this level of risk, this level of vision, this level of like desire of what I want to build, but I couldn't because I was in the business, which was perfect and necessary and needed. But to bring you in is going to touch so many thousands of other women's and people's lives because you've allowed me to step into this version of myself because you have come in and like set me free in my company. So I love you.
I love you.
Here's to staying wild.
Stay wild.
And being big, taking up space and fucking challenging the status quo. If you want to work with your bestie, this episode is to say it's possible, you should, and fuck around and find out.
Fuck around and find out.
Okay, until the next episode, which is in a minute. Next week it will drop and it will be Katy as well. Stay wild.
Stay wild. Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Thanks so much for listening to another episode of Anything Goes. And if today's episode gave you maybe a new perspective, a little bit of a laugh, you learned something new, or just loved our trip to Taboo Town if we went there, it would honestly mean the world to me if you could leave me some love with writing a review and sharing this episode to your socials. You have no idea how much that helps my little podcast get out in the world. If you love what you gain from these conversations weekly with me as well and want more than just listening in, come and join my inner circle. It's my monthly mastermind where for just $47 a month, the real magic happens. You get me up close, no filter, live coaching. And if you get what you get from this free podcast, imagine what you get in a paid container. Links are in the show notes, friends. And until next time, stay wild.